Why do I feel louder than normal? I don't know. Hey! Hey! Chat, the government's watching you. The government knows.
Pig, what was the first song, lol?
What was the first song? First song was the Linkin Park song. What was it called again? Yo, thank you so much, Shovel Snatcher, for the 15 months. Thank you, Gil Minot, for the 100 bits. Why can't I think of what the song was called? Fuck. Let me go to Linkin Park. Oh, it's fucking. Oh, dude, I just had it in my head. It's gone now. It's fucking
Without further interruption, let's celebrate and suck some dick.
Where's it at? What the fuck is it? Oh, here it is. Waiting for the end. Oh, it's the live version. Oopsies. Dude, why do they have so many live albums? That's called Waiting for the End. What's up, everybody? Thank you, Bong Ripper, for the tier 1. How's everybody doing? New angle? Yes, new angle. New angle, new me. What's up, everybody?
Hope you're doing well, Pig. Hit my 15-month sub today, Pig2L.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Fruit Loops. That's why I sound loud. Forgot to turn my headphones up. Yeah, I had a pretty good day today. We went shopping for clothes for Amy's new job she's got. Then we ate some food. I worked out this morning, very epic. And then I came home and started making some tunes. New Vidya in the works. Also potential for other things. I had like an idea today, chat. My wife liked the idea, but I can't say what it is. I can't say what it is though, because I don't know if I'm gonna commit myself to it or not. We'll see. We'll see. You can see your phone now. Be careful. Oh no! Oh no! Whoa! 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 Wow! I almost got caught. Chat, you might end up seeing my dick pics, so just be careful. I don't think we'll be able to see a micro penis pig. All right, jelly hair cream. How about you go fuck yourself? All right? It's not a fucking micro penis. Ask my wife. Don't ask my wife. Actually, I take that back. I take that back. Don't ask her. She'll give you, she'll lie. She'll gaslight you guys, all right? I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna
We
gaslight
don't
you.
want dick pics. Feet pics, however, pig 2 zam, pig 2 zam, pig 2 zam, pig 2 zam.
All right. Macro penis, is that any better? I don't know. Would a macro penis be better? I mean, I assume it would. I assume. There's such a thing as too big? Yeah. Dude, I'll be honest, chat. Anything above like 7, 8 inches is just like, it's just overkill. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this, but, you know, women's vaginas aren't that big. You know what I mean? Like, dudes' asses aren't that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, I don't know. Would you be able to fit a bigger cock in a dude's ass or a girl's vagina? That's actually, I assume ass. It'd probably be ass, right? Like without injury. Like if it was a girl, there'd be injuries involved. But ass, like it just keeps going. Chat, that's why the average male dick size is like 5.5 inches. Because science. Because dudes aren't meant to go beyond that. And when they do, it's just for show. Let's be honest, it's just for show. So all the 5 inchers out there, oh wait, that's not where my camera's at. It's over there now. Where all those five inchers out there, you're normal. You're normal. You're cool. All right. You'll fit in any hole. All right. And it'll be just fine. Now, if you got a skinny dick, I'm sorry. I mean, that's a whole other conversation. What happened to hello? How are you? Hey, I'm not the one who started this conversation, by the way. It wasn't me. Chat started this conversation. It's like, no, I fucking didn't. Someone mentioned a micro penis. And then we got in this conversation. It's not my fault. When in doubt, blame chat. True. True. It's pretty true. That's pretty true. $13 and I just got the notification. Yeah. That's how it be. That's how it be. Actually, talking about that, let me let everyone know that I'm streaming on Discord at least, because yeah, notifications on Twitch are not consistent. Trump's America? We do live in Trump's America. You know what's funny? An ice cream shop around our area put on their their billboard ice cream sign that they're putting tariffs on the ice cream now as a joke. It's like, if you can't afford the tariffs, get out. It's actually hilarious. I'm like, you just got a new goddamn customer. He's got a new fucking customer. I've never been to that one, but I'm gonna start going. Yeah, chat. Do we want to watch the content cop today? I didn't watch it yet. We doing it? It's all right. It's not hateful. Well, yeah, that's good. Chat, I don't think people understand. Ethan is doing horrible, terrible things, being a huge asshole. But I don't think people realize that bro's probably going through something. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. And I even mentioned it to Ian. I'm like, I'm glad that you didn't just go full on.
He just seems like a dude concerned for his friend.
Well, yeah, like that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Because it's very easy to fall into that, role of like, oh, he's being an asshole, let's all fucking hate him. Like, and I feel like that's been a huge problem, and I'm glad Ian's changing that. Because he, he's not the pioneer of being an asshole to people on the internet, but I think Leafy's probably the pioneer of that. But, like I was around during that, Ian was obviously like the tip top around that. I used to make hateful videos on people. Like Jimmy used to make hateful videos on people. Like, I'm glad that we're changing things in order to focus more on like, what's going on in their head? What is making them do these crazy things? You know what I mean? Like there's something wrong. There's something wrong. All right, let me start a stream on YouTube and then we can watch it. Yeah, he's been a maniac for months. He needs a fucking wake up call, bro. He needs a goddamn wake up call. And I hope that Ian doing this will wake him up.
His new community doesn't have Ethan's best interest at heart, and I seriously think the Ozempic has something to do with it, sadly.
I've said multiple times, I think Ethan's weird weight loss has to do with it. Because the thing is when you lose a lot of weight, especially really fast, and especially in a non-healthy way, it fucks with you hard. Dude, even when you lose a lot of weight in general, like if you lose a lot of weight like really fast, even if you're doing it in like the right way, it still fucks with you. That's why it's always better to do it slowly and gradually, because if you just like, fucking lose a bunch of weight all at once, it really fucks with you. One second, let me post this video. Forgot to post this video today. How do I donate cash? There's no dono button. It should be below my stream. But for real, items has grown up a lot. He's matured significantly, and the video is not hateful. It's criticism. Yeah, I agree. Like, we've chatted about it before, how much better he feels about the direction he's going. And like, yeah, he still, you know, has to deal with all that hate and stuff, but that's why I was, you know, praising him. Because did that? Oh, that's the old video. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. Okay. But yeah, that's why I was praising him, is like, because he is not single-handedly changing things, but I feel like him showing everyone that people can change will hopefully get other people to realize how bad it is to do the things that people used to do, like him, for example. Like me, for example. Like, I've changed a shitload. You know what I mean? Like, I've changed a lot. But obviously I'm not like a big personality where it like matters. You know, no one's gonna see that and be like, oh. That's why I'm glad he's doing it. Sorry, I'm doing shit while I'm talking, so if I'm not making sense, I'm sorry. Okay. Stream on YouTube has begun. All right. What's up, YouTube? Thup thup. Let me see if multi-chat is working today. It unfortunately is not working today, is it? It is not working. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, we're good. We're good. What's up, YouTube? How are you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you guys? We're going to be watching the iDubbbz content cop today. I'll wait for people to hop in. And then we'll probably watch like one more video. Because I don't know. How long is this? An hour? Yeah. So, well, honestly, this might be the whole fucking stream. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of conversation.
Hey Bigathy, much love to you and Amy. Thank you for being accepting of me in your community. It means a lot and I always look forward to your streams.
Thank you
Hope this helps
so much.
any less than 3.
Thank you so much, Shadowbreed. I appreciate that. And of course, we accept all as long as you're not racist or as long as you don't make my feelings hurt. All right? Because I am a snowflake. Okay? Ian is so bad faith in this video and soy cringe. Please, I'm begging you. It's not 2016 anymore. Wake up. Wake up. Camming Don, thank you so much for the 2 months. It's not 2016 anymore, buddy. I'm sorry. Wake up. Leafy is not making daily posts about cyberbullying people. Wake up, man. Just wake up. The cop is very political, includes talk of Palestine, so choose your words carefully. Okay, free Palestine. There, I chose my words carefully. All right. Let's go, chat. Ian does have some terrible points. Chat, we'll get into it. All right, we're going to watch the video, okay? obviously, like, let's chill out. We'll get into it. We'll get into it, okay? I don't know what the points are yet, so I can't say anything until I fucking watch the video.
Anyone? Just
okay, I'll admit I watched the first minute of it. I did watch the first minute of this video, so I already got a semi-spoiler of like Hassan and Frogan and other shit like that, but yeah. All right.
Actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far, because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group that anybody who says any fucking thing,
I pre-watched a minute, all right? Relax.
And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people.
What we do here is go back.
Is that cum? Yo, Ian, hold up. Dude, I missed it. Well, go back. Bro, you're just leaving your jizz there, man? Come on. It's paint? No, it's not, chat. I'll ask him. Let's just message him right now. Yo, Ian, is that jizz? Yo, selling like hotcakes. Thank you so much for 10 months. Pig, do a content cop on items. I'm not gonna do a content cop on anybody. I'm not, I'll be honest, I don't care enough to make videos about like other people anymore.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker in this Austin.
It's everyone's
coming to you live
least
from
favorite
a
streamer.
Cloudy day here
Most
in
hated
California, Los
streamer.
Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic.
You getting drama so quick, bro? Dude, do you have any idea? Like, does anyone even know the content I used to make? Bro, like, what are you talking about?
Because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan
I
Klein's
literally used to make this type
nuke.
of shit.
And I'm not going to call it
Chat.
context puke as I normally do, because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context.
True.
Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan.
I hope you give this a fair watch.
Up.
We'll see.
wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I really want to see Ethan's reaction to like seeing Ian with Hassan. Like, because, dude, Ethan literally like eats, sleeps, and breathes Hassan like every day, man.
Wake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
Bet he didn't even watch it. I could guarantee he already did, chat. Ethan reacts to... Yeah. Literally the moment he posted it, chat. Of course he reacted to it.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
I meant Hassan. Well, obviously Hassan reacted to it too.
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up, Ethan.
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up.
I don't know all these people.
Just wake up.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not going to do a react content yet, chat.
I'm the same.
Dude, that's fucking you guys. That's actually you guys. Oh my god, that's fucking you guys. Every stream, I'm like, chat, fucking chill out. I'm not reacting to shit yet. Relax. That's literally you guys.
Yummy, I love Sabra hummus.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
That was not nice.
Wake up, Ethan. Mr. Just wake up.
Yeah, hummus is actually fire, though.
All right. I didn't plan on making a content
Don't stream this to YouTube. They suck, bro. I don't give a fuck.
comp on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3
I
content.
have okay. I'll play this. But I have noticed YouTube definitely is way more like way less progressive than Twitch chat, which is quite interesting. But I guess it makes sense. I feel like that's kind of I feel like it's kind of just how it is in general.
Content cop, iDubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine this in 2016,
Sargon? I haven't heard of him in
if I ever do
years.
that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun.
Dude, it's literally the moment he turned anything toward politics whatsoever is where everything went wrong. Like, honestly, like, Ethan was, like, sure, he, like, a lot of people didn't like him, just in general, but, like, because he went to a podcast, but if he never went to politics, he would be, I wouldn't say he'd be completely fine, but he would definitely be in a way better spot, you know?
Sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to...
Like I said, he was fine until it started getting really, 1 second. He was fine until he started getting into serious topics. Like, you know, you can make fun of just K-Kona ass levels of you know, right-wingers all day. Like, I make fun of that shit all day. Are you gonna watch Ethan's vid showing the proof and debunking? Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that comment. But yeah, I feel like if Ethan, like we could dunk on, you know, crazy right-wingers all day, like, for content. But when it's, like, a serious topic, I feel like that's where everything just goes wrong in general.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the dance he invented was so kick-ass.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
I was just eating the toppings. And the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy, and that's fine.
Thank you, A. Sear with $2 says, do you have autism? I aced the test.
You know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation.
Please, Pig, why ignore that comment? What comment? Bro, chat, can we focus on what's in, my point is, can we focus on what's in front of us and stop worrying about what's in the future? Can we focus on what's in front of us and then we'll worry about shit later on, okay? Like, chill.
Where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call it out.
Hassan actively spews garbage out, not knowing anything about the topic, and then gets mad and deflects when people call him out. So Ethan knows more than a dude who went to college for politics and does politics literally every day of his life? Are you implying that Ethan Klein, a content creator who goofs and gaffs and got famous for Vape Nash, knows more about politics than Hassan? I don't know, man.
Out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience that Ethan has, adopted over the years, they're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
Wait, what? Wait, did YouTube F? Why are people saying canceled, pig no, insane timing, ? Rip. Pig's been zapped? Wait, hold up. Did I get copyrighted? What? What's happening with the stream? YouTube keeps trying to give me it vanished? The stream is over constantly? What? It's back again? The live keeps ending. I don't know. Well, YouTube, if you're having a problem, go over to Twitch. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to keep focusing on that.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb. Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits. And everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Millhouse, fucking dork. Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people... Oh, no?
No,
did I not go there?
And it's all...
Jesus, dude, he's just so goddamn, aggressive with everything. Attacking people's looks, and then just,
culminated, at least
My
for my
God,
story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like iDubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking...
See what, he can't even take a fucking joke anymore, dude.
Sometimes you gotta just throw something out there. I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in...
Because a huge harassment campaign these creators have been pushing towards him. Didn't Ethan literally, find, he hated a YouTuber so much that he basically scared her off the internet by sending his fan base to harass her consistently? Didn't he also find a random person's mom, his workplace, etc., basically, I don't know, is it DDoS? I think it's DDoS is the right term, or docs. I mix them up. But he basically found his location and everything and tried to get him fired from his job. Didn't he do those things? I feel like it's a little bit worse than just people on the internet being mean. I don't know.
In the circles
Call me crazy.
online that I was in. And one of those circles is
Seems a little
an
bit worse.
H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content. He liked Ethan's content until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan,
Yeah, that's a little bit over the top.
and at some point discovers that iDubbbz's former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information?
Dude, I hate that so fucking much. Whenever a mod, whenever an editor, whenever someone who just did work for you or worked for you does something bad, like it automatically means that you yourself are also a fucking horrible person. I feel like that happens way too much. Like if someone edited for you or made or did work for you, made art for you or anything like that, they do something bad in the future and it's like all of a sudden that means you're also that bad person. I don't understand that sentiment. Like that happens too much, you know?
Information from. You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content.
Okay, I'm confused. Is it just not working for anyone? Like, I've seen buffer like 1,000 times. Is my stream... Oh, yeah, my stream's in the red. Hold up. My stream's in the red. Are you fucking with me, dude? Are you fucking with me?
Without further interruption, let's
Perry,
celebrate
thank you so much for the
and
gifted
suck
sub.
some dick.
Dude, I don't want to deal with this shit again, man. I've already bought an entire new modem, a new router. Okay.
By scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account has scraped its history and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that he needs to be critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to...
Dude, people are throwing around the word terrorist like fucking crazy, bro. Like the word... Dude, we lost the meaning of the word terrorist so long ago. Like, I swear, people just use that word like left and right just for basically no fucking reason.
To watch and respond to the two podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and Idub's feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening?
You'll get murdered. What?
For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not gonna throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not gonna throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure.
Yeah, you look at someone the wrong way, you're a terrorist. Yeah, I know. Stupid, sexiest. Dude, okay, can we talk about that for a second? Why do people get so aggressively angry that Hassan is attractive? Like, I personally don't, I don't find him that attractive, but I get why people find him attractive. Like, he's like that, what do you call it? The standard attractive male, you know, he's in shape. He has, like, you know, the beard, the hair, like, he fits the bill of a good looking man, correct? Conventionally attractive. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. And every time you see someone talking about him, the first thing they go for is just so fucking handsome. Just stupid fucking bitch. He's just so good looking. I just want to, God, I just wish he was so fucking hot. You know, it's like anytime someone shit talks him, they're always like talking about how he's so sexy and how he's so attractive and how he gets women. It's just like, it's so weird. It's just so weird to like even bring that up. I don't know.
Who have unfollowed you for the things that you have said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine.
Ethan absolutely went overboard towards Hassan, but this video itself is disingenuous. How? Like, I feel like it's as genuine as possible. Like, Ian's just sitting down and speaking his thoughts. I have not seen anything that's disingenuous so far. And from what I've heard, because I've talked to people who've already watched it, what I've heard is that they're not using this as like, fuck you, Ethan, you're a piece of shit. They're using it as like, hey, Ethan needs some help. Like, there's something going on with Ethan, and I feel like he needs help, which I agree with. I personally believe that there was something going on with Ethan mentally, and he needs some help because the shit that he's doing is fucking insane.
To speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1 type of harassment I got was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by iDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody.
Dude, I'm so glad that whenever I swapped tunes, you know, I used to be an edgy content creator you know, very edgy, very aggressive, you know, talking shit about people, even a little bit right-leaning back then. Like, I'm glad I was not a big deal. I mean, I never have been a big deal, but I'm glad I've never been a big deal to the point where I would have to deal with the swap like Ian did. You know what I mean? Like swapping from being an edgelord to being, you know, to growing up, I should say, and learning and being less ignorant. Yeah, that would suck. That would suck. I mean, I dealt with a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong. When I swapped, I did deal with like these small content creators going after me. Like there was a small hate group of YouTubers who are the commentary group now who like went after me because I've changed. But I can't imagine like on a bigger, you know, a bigger platform to deal with that much hate, you know?
Taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I've probably done and stood by iDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say this, I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. I don't.
Friends can have disagreements.
Of my abusive ex who abused his Adderall and was more than a little mentally unhinged.
Ethan's mannerism just now reminded me a lot of my abusive ex. He abuses Adderall and was way more than a little mentally unhinged. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's something going on. And I miss Speed Devil's donation. Lost all respect for Ethan threatening to sue anyone who disagrees with him and blindly believing everything that one clueless guy on his podcast says. Dude, the thing I don't get is you would think he would be used to getting hate. You think he'd be used to having a group of people not like him or go after him. Like me, for example. I deal with hate consistently. Obviously not on the same level in any way, but like every content creator deals with a lot of hate all the time. We need Bill Burr again. Yeah, Bill Burr like ruined his entire life. But like I just don't get why he spends his every waking moment of his life going to find these people who don't like him instead of just making content and having fun and enjoying life and looking at things positively or watching positive things or watching fun things. Like, why is every time he turns on the camera, every time he turns on stream, all he does is goes and finds the people who hate him the most just to, like, all he's doing is giving them more fuel. He's literally putting fuel to the fire and making those people who piss him off, who make him crash out, they're like, dude, he's giving us a foundation. He is giving us a bunch of views. Let's push harder. And that's all it does. Whenever you look at those people, especially when you get that as many views as Ethan, whenever you look at those people and you give them a platform, it will just make him go harder and harder and harder. And then Ethan, you know, starts crashing out and doing fucking awful things.
Don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very...
He's a pioneer in the fair use community. It's a shame he's become this. Yeah, I agree.
Empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want...
So basically what Ian's trying to say is Ethan doesn't take criticism. And it sounded like Ethan wanted to stream died again. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, YouTube. I don't know what to do about that. Just go to Twitch. But like he was basically saying, hey, Ethan, like some of the things he said, like, you know, let's talk about it. Like, you know, there's some legitimate things that are a concern for me. And Ethan says, no, fuck you. I want you to just say you hate these people. You know what I mean? Like that's just not a good way to look at things. And I really don't, like, Ethan just can't take criticism. He literally just can't.
Want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Israel, go to God.
Chat, I would just give up on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with YouTube and why it keeps consistently crashing. But Twitch is fine, right? Like Twitch has not died. And yeah, like look at this. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I genuinely don't know what's happening. I think it's just YouTube. I think it's genuinely just YouTube being weird. It's not me. It's not on my end. I don't know what's going on. So I would highly recommend just going to Twitch if you want to watch.
So he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during this stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything
and
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan?
It's disgusting. He's
And
a
I
piece
mean,
of shit of a human.
it's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really.
Yeah, there's a lot of virtue signaling in this clip. There's a lot of like, hey, we're good guys.
Really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree.
I don't know who Adam McIntyre is, so I can't really say much. I don't know much about that situation at all.
Agree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck?
You got further than Ethan did in his reaction? Did Ethan not watch the whole thing?
Ethan questioned and said Trista lied about being infertile even though Trisha has been very open about infertility. He's a hypocrite.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, that's nothing new, really. He's another commentary YouTuber. We like him. Okay. He's the main person who came out to talk about Colleen Ballinger. Okay.
How does Olivia get the pass?
He watched the first 17 minutes, dude. I mean, it makes sense. Bro's head would explode. Like that's what I'm saying. He can't take criticism, bro. He cannot take any criticism.
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally? Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame it as like other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people. Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing. Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh, yeah. And our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times because, like, why would...
Oh, my God. I hate that. I hate that. Like, I'm confused. Does this all have to do with that one editor? Is that
not?
Really
it was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now...
Literally a what can you do for me? Remember how much I did for you? Yeah, it's like she's just holding over what she did for her, over like she's holding it over her head. Like, remember when I did this for you? You know, remember when I did this for you? Why didn't you do something for me? Like, I fucking hate that, dude.
Out of all the times to be like, please defend me. No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
Do we have that one?
mean,
Like,
just the other day, BB fired
Bro!
a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
So yes, you caught us. We're not gonna run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So,
The problem...
okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know,
in her chat,
yeah.
Which I'll
she's
show
friends with
Denims is
Also, like, can I just say, they're not really friends. Like, they're really leaning on they're super close friends. Aren't they just, like, kind of like work acquaintances in a way? Like, they kind of chat here and there just because, you know, they also do YouTube. Like, friends is a very strong term. Like, they're acting like they're childhood best friends, that they're inseparable. Like, you made some videos together. You know, and you probably hung out a few times. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you hung out. I'm sure you chatted. But, like, I've had relationships through YouTube. I've had friendships through YouTube. They're very, like, not friendships. They're just not. Like, I mean, like, for example, Elvis the Alien, like, we're friends. Like, we're outside of YouTube friends. And there's other people that were outside of YouTube. But if it's, like, you're friends by proxy of being YouTubers, it's like, you know, the friendship only goes so far. You know what I mean?
Is actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
Yeah,
which I'll
and if
show
you're
you guys
friends with them, then you're saying what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Hila start talking about this Denims character. Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out.
So Pig is okay with the streamers iDubbbz hang out with promoting calling CPS on Ethan. Who? What? Bro, I'm watching a fucking video. What are you talking about? Huh? Well, chat, does anyone know what he's talking about? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, yes, have make pig lose a view. I'm just giving a heads up, asshole. This whole drama is stupid, and he doesn't know who half the people are in the video. Am I having a stroke?
For them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, where we are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan.
Chat, I'm watching this video because I don't know the drama. Like, I'm watching this video to get a good grasp, because like I know Ian, right? I know him as a person, so I'm watching this video because it gives a good situation of what's going on. I don't know a lot about the situation at all. I'm learning as I go. Like, okay.
And Hila, it's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she's a good person, like we think Ethan and Hila are good people. Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean.
Well,
People
yeah.
can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know. I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that.
Logic. I watched Family Guy, therefore I'm somehow okay with Quagmire's atrocities. Nor. Leave pig alone, random viewer.
Yeah, chat, I'm not the guy. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not the guy. I don't know enough about the situation to have a strong opinion about it. All I know is Ethan's crashing out. Like, all I know is I know Ian, and Ethan is crashing out. That's it. Like,
that. I'm not gonna make you guys like meet up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are in fucking... You're either my best friend who's deep-throating me to the base of my cock, or you are Satan. You're the devil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful...
yeah, that just sounds like you're abusing your friendship. That's all that sounds like. It's like, I don't know, why put... It feels like you're forcing your friend into a situation that they don't necessarily want to be a part of. You know? Yeah, it's like manipulation. Like, maybe they don't want to be a part of the drama. I don't know. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want to put my name into it. You know? Like, if there's a situation going on and, like, say my friend's like, hey, this one person, blah, 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 blah. Can you denounce this person? I'm like, kind of don't want to be a part of this. You know what I mean?
Villain would say.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, oh, he doesn't work with us anymore.
Then
but that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't
Okay, do you have
agree.
anything else to say for your friends though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't...
Exactly. Fucking exactly. Like, people don't want to be a part of drama, which is a crazy concept, but people don't want to be a part of drama. Dude, I've avoided talking about a lot of drama things because I don't want to be a part of it. I've had plenty of drama in my fucking life, bro. I don't want the stress. I don't want the fucking panic attacks, bro. I've already dealt with it plenty of times in my life. I don't want them anymore. And to anyone else who probably, like, this dude doesn't even show his face. I mean, I don't know if he does show his face, but like if he's working in the shadows, not showing his face, it seems like a person who enjoys his privacy, you know? Like he doesn't want to be a part of the drama.
Don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find a moment in time, I don't know how long it'll be, but a moment in time in the future where things are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it right now. But you've insisted that this is an important thing to address. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not to do harassment campaigns and instead talk about vampires' kids.
That's also been a big problem I've seen is Ethan going after, like, using his podcast to basically witch hunt. Like, he goes after small creators or big and small, just like, and ruins their entire comment section. You know, just destroys the entire comment section, which has happened to me before. Not fun. Not fun. It makes you want to live. It makes you want to die. It makes you want to leave YouTube and never come back. Like, it's not fun.
Yes.
Like they say something like he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually
thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I
Jesus
agree.
Christ, man.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty. We had such a fair response to what you guys were going through. We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens, and you're perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
You can't expect other people to...
Dude, he is just like bombing these buzzwords like crazy. Terrorist, anti-Semite, like goddamn.
Stop harassing you.
Like, what happened to even make Ethan so mad? Genuinely curious. Dude, I don't know. It's been happening consistently for like a year and a half to 2. Like, it's been a gradual, like, spiral. I don't know, man.
If you continue to harass people. Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line, what happened today, that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself. In terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a rich thing to say. Like, you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show. There's even more fair weather friends of the show. Let's not get into this shit, okay? That is so bizarre and insulting to suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a lot.
I mean, like, you could say that if Ian's actually done anything to get anything out of Ethan. Like, I've never seen Ian do anything to get anything out of Ethan. Like, he's just done a video with him here and there, and that's about it. Like, I don't think he's been on the podcast, I think, a long time ago, but that's like about it. I don't know. Ethan got a ton of harassment, mostly from Hassan's community, and Ethan gets very emotional and obsessive when he has issues. It's not just Hassan's community. It's like it's been happening way before Hassan. It's been happening way before Hassan. He's been getting shit for years.
Light friend.
And I think it's just gradually chiseled his brain.
Because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years. And as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are.
Yep.
There was a way to approach this to say like, oh yeah, we feel hurt by you guys.
This is what politics does to your brain. No, this is what pushback does to your brain. Politics itself doesn't cause this. It's like, this is why people shouldn't dip their toes in politics if they're not ready to deal with the outcome. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I've avoided it for a long time, and now I just don't give a fuck because, like, I've kind of gradually earned a thick skin over the years from just being a YouTuber, and I'm a lot more emotionally mature than I used to be, and I can handle a lot of hate. So, like, I feel like back like two years ago, if I was trying to do politics, I'd have fucking panic attacks, bro. You know, like some people just aren't mentally ready to handle, say, debating or like having someone push back or having someone call you a fucking terrorist because you have an opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
Guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted and I feel defensive and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
It's just so polarizing, and people already super reactionary these days. Dude, everyone's so reactionary. Everyone's so quick to just pull the trigger. Like they just straw man every single thing that anyone says. Like you say, I don't think we should genocide people, right? I think genocide's bad. Instantly, boom, you're a fucking terrorist and you want to rape babies. You know what I mean? Like, they just instantly straw man. They instantly just go to the extreme. Everyone's super reactionary. The moment you have a simple opinion, they don't want to find a middle ground. They don't want to understand why you have that opinion. They just want to fucking punch you in the dick over and over because you don't agree with them. That's just how it is lately. It's so fucking toxic.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much
Sorry.
do you actually care? Isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared.
Some people don't like putting themselves in that situation. I don't really get what's wrong with that. That's such a weird comment to say. Like, some people don't want to deal with it. Like, that's just life. Some people like living a peaceful life and don't like dealing with drama and situations like this. I don't understand what's wrong with that. Honestly, it's kind of toxic to like get mad at someone for not wanting to put themselves into it. You know what I mean? Like, why would you get mad at someone for not wanting to throw themselves into the fire? What? Especially a friend.
Now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever. And it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like Like, me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, fuck you, you guys are being bad. You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids...
Dude, could we go back to the person who said this video is disingenuous? If this video was disingenuous, then Ian would be straight up saying, hey, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a horrible person. You should die. Disingenuous would be an attack. This sounds like a concerned friend, a sincere concerned friend who sees Ethan doing all these terrible things and it hurts him and he wants it to stop. Like, what is so disingenuous about that?
Who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and...
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student, but I'm the white student that's not, you know, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Marching with the black students and...
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to Hassan just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
Ah, it's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one. If anyone's been watching...
I mean, that's random thought about Hassan, but I've seen clips of him at multiple protests. Doesn't he like go to stuff all the time? I don't know. Or is he wanting him to like go to Gaza or Israel? Bro, he'd fucking die. What?
For the past fucking year,
like
I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
Like, people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our kid
I'll show that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry, I'll accept this take, this position from anyone except you guys.
He just went to DC, but Hassan has been talking about wanting to go, but he knows it won't be safe. Yeah, like, the threat of him dying is quite high in that area.
You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect Anissa, of all people, to say something to Denims? Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time. But I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we said shit like that to you all the time. Yeah, we've been respecting you as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be commendable.
If you're friends, why would you force your friends into that? Then you're not friends. You're just they're tools. You're using your friends as tools. If you actually cared about your friends, why would you want them in this situation? Like, what? I would never, like, for example, Elvis the Alien. I would never, ever want to bring him into a drama situation that I'm involved in. I would never do that. And he would never do the same thing to me. He would never do that. Like, I don't know.
Which kind of, and by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is claimed, they're, you know, they're actually good people, like that's going to get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the fucking the prompt is. No
and
one,
honestly, it would sound forced if he did it.
No one would care. The only person who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck. It's not my business.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's difficult and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always easy.
Why are you saying that I'm not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what they are?
Yeah, what is it? Their child got sick because of dog poop, because like their dog was like dealing with poop issues and they weren't really taking care of it, and the child ended up ingesting the poop and the child got sick because of it. I think that's the kid situation, or kind of like a summary of what I heard.
I get, like, we're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have.
The dog didn't have a problem on the update. Just the bacteria. Oh, okay. Yeah. But even if that's true or not true, there was one portion of a clip that I saw of Ethan that really rubbed me the wrong way, where Ethan's dog shit in the middle of a studio. It was like Rhett and Link. Ethan's dog shit in the middle of the studio. And like, obviously Rhett and Link are like a little bit like, oh, okay. And Ethan, instead of being the adult and cleaning up the poop himself, decided to get one of his lackeys, one of his employees, to clean up the shit for him. And even Link was like, dude, that's your dog. Like, shouldn't you be doing that? Shouldn't you handle that? It's like, oh no, it's fine. And Link was like visibly uncomfortable. He's like, that's your dog, man. Like, that's your dog. Like, you should take care of that situation. Yeah, like I don't know about the whole kid getting the disease poop situation, but I saw that with his dog. I didn't like that. Azong for the death. Thank you so much for the 3 months.
Asked me, hey, what are your principles? And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about the BDS list. We're going to start off with Frogan because obviously this is like as bad as it gets. If you're following Frogan, that can only mean that you're anti-Ethan. Oh, this is not a good start.
Here,
Love
I'll
the
move my
H3
head.
podcast.
Leading to the dog going into kidney failure and so forth. Once the dog died, they replaced the dog immediately with an identical dog. They didn't know dogs can have too much sodium.
Oh. The fuck? What the fuck? Can't they like pay people to do that shit? Like, can't they like pay for dog sitters or some shit? I don't know. I don't know. I could be not completely true or not. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it as full truth because I don't know for sure. But
You are following Frogan, so that means that you are anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia, Ian, Daily Dose of Internet, is anti-Ethan.
What?
Jesus, this is fucked up. Pokimane, comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold's in here? Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon! That means you're anti-Ethan.
Okay, that's kind of hilarious. That's kind of hilarious that Asmongold.
That's fucked up.
That's so weird. Isn't Asmongold like, okay, whatever.
We're going to want to avoid these creators at the top of the list, but one tier below them are the creators who associate with them. They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that Hassan would be on the top of the BDS list, but that's not the case.
How is Hassan not on top of, like, Hassan is all Ethan ever talks about.
Hassan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to people collaborating with Hassan because that's what he did. You gotta be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world. To associate with Hassan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan base. Also, Ethan still follows Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and Idub's feed.
It's important to remember that this is a living document and people can be removed or put onto it depending on how Ethan's feeling that day. You have this other tier of creators that exist below Hassan but are still anti-Ethan, but Ethan really doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan. It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch-made coward. I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power.
Well, Ethan he just punches down. He can't punch up. Like, he can't go after someone who's bigger than him. That's genuinely what it is. Like I refuse to believe Ethan would ever go after someone who has more pull than he does, because then he can't win. You know, like he not necessarily he can't win, but he can't like fight back and like gaslight and force the win by being toxic. You know what I mean? Yeah, I heard he was going after the Twitch CEO, which I don't really know much about the Twitch CEO. I know the Twitch CEO is a little bit of a creep, but yeah.
Quick, and I think he knows that they don't fuck with his ideology. But he's going to keep that to himself, because the last thing...
I like Hassan. I hate to say it, but I always thought Frogan was annoying. I literally have no idea who Frogan is. I know it's Hassan's mod, and I know she did some weird like anti-Semite joke or something like that a while ago, because I remember that's what really triggered Ethan, but I don't know enough about it. You guys are truly watching a completely unbiased viewing of this video, because I don't know half of these people.
that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst.
Oh, here we
fucking
go with the
show.
Bill
It
Burr
was just
stuff.
Horrible. That was like my lowest moment on podcast history. We could talk about Bill Burr.
Dude, Bill Burr destroyed his fun. Dude, I think that's where everything went downhill. I'm not going to lie. I think Bill Burr single-handedly ruined Ethan's entire life. I'm just saying. Like, it all went downhill ever since Bill Burr went on the show. I'm just saying.
Ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was the Bill Burr episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on Hassan's stream and he mocks your content nuke.
I actually saw a really interesting video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and stuff like that. And I actually feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just going to tuck your tail between your legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it. Fuck you, you're a coward. It's just his job. It's just what he does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, conveniently, are also in this category of popular and powerful men.
Yep. Like I said with the Rhett and Link, I don't know if that's specifically what he's talking about, but I've seen that clip and it's weird.
Who Ethan does not want to burn bridges with, although he's sniffing around.
This guy, Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning. Well, this guy works for...
So instead of going after Rhett and Link, he goes after someone who works for Good Mythical Morning. Okay.
Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic. And he interviewed basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only...
There we go with the terrorist word
He
again.
respects power right now, which is one of the reasons I made this video in the first place, is because he thinks I'm
people
weak.
own their
He thinks a
employees,
lot of
yeah.
these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack, he thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to, and I want him to know that we're not going to be bullied. You're being a piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
So here's the button.
I like how this is just drama and not a good call out the way it used to. What are you talking about? This is the complete opposite. This isn't even drama at this point. This is just straight up like a cry for help. This is an intervention, chat. This is literally an intervention. This is probably one of the best call outs I've seen him do. The other call outs is just like Ian being like, hey, you're fucking stupid and here's why. But this is straight up like an intervention, like if I've ever seen it.
You've got a video, and
like the entertaining stuff. It's boring right now. Then fucking leave. What are you doing here?
you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
Oh, the fucking button. I've heard about the button.
Yes.
There's no point.
Let's leave.
Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to do that. Oh, shit. Like, how pathetic are you?
So from what
Don't worry.
I know, this button, so basically the stream is set on a 30-second delay. So whenever Ethan does something that is like too far or like something that's really outlandish or unhinged, his editors will have him cut 30 seconds of the stream and then go back. So anytime he says something like really bad, they'll cut the stream for 30 seconds or a certain amount of time so that won't go live.
I don't have it all now. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach. You'll be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. Yes, please. I want to be a good Jew. I'm a good Jew. Please, guys, please.
That was fine. Yeah, I don't think it was that.
That was fine.
Big a deal.
No, I don't think they're calling me boring. I think they're calling the video boring, which I will reiterate. Why are you watching?
Of all the things.
Lol cow, need this button. Dude, you know what? You know what he could do instead? Just not be unfiltered and just, think before he speaks.
Anywho.
It always surprises me what you think crosses the line.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, yes, do it.
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with Cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he...
Which is absolutely insane. If you guys don't know that situation, Cutie Cinderella was crying because there was AI images of her face on, basically doing porn. And it was like AI, and it was using her face and her likeness in making porn of her body. And the AI version. And she was crying about it because, it's not her body, but it's still really fucked up to have people do that to you. And Ethan was laughing about it. That's what that situation was.
He can change his behavior. He spent $20,000.
Jesus Christ, $20,000?
Right if we could. I can't change who I am.
I know.
Yes, you can, Ethan. Yes, you can. It really doesn't even take that much. You can change.
That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it. See, exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure,
he made a joke and was so insecure that they didn't laugh. Oh my God. Dude, bro needs therapy. I don't know what he needs. He needs help, man. Ethan needs some fucking help, bro.
insecure about getting something wrong, he's hitting the button.
But okay. What? Button for that? What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big. I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all.
I could only imagine what he said there.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more. You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase goblin mode all the time.
I don't mind the existence of the button. Low-key, I think it's kind of funny. I feel like it could be used comedically, but that's not the way they're using it. That's where it's a problem. I genuinely believe that could be used comedically so much. Yeah, definitely. Like if Trisha did it or something like that, that would be hilarious. But they're not using it for that. They're using it because they don't know how to stop. They don't know how to put a filter on things, and they say really bad shit. Someone just gave me $100 fucking. I saw you hit 100K. You're rad as hell. Three-eyed spoon just gave me $100, Rand. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bro! Yo, why? Jesus Christ. Thank you. God damn. Three-eyed spoon with the fucking hundo drop out of nowhere. Out of left field with a hundo drop. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. Jesus. My God.
Time to excuse a lot of his shitty behavior or make it seem less bad.
I've been diagnosed with goblin mode, actually.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets into this like uncontrolled state he refers to as goblin mode.
I do not call myself goblin mode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what you did.
Goblin mode? Is that what you're calling Tourette's now?
To all victims of goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
What? He doesn't have that kind of Tourette's.
Well, you are goblin mode today.
Am I wrong? Does like, I know the movement is like his Tourette's, not speaking bad things. That's not what he. What?
You're goblin mode. Look how many times you paused the
I'm trying,
video.
bro.
And I don't think there's no room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like, if you fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you patronize me,
Bro, how-
if you do
He's got so much money. Why is the camera so blurry?
any of this shit like you're trying to do to me to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy, dude. I've gone fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior.
Yo, Larissa, thank you so much for the $25. It ain't no hundo, but it's payday. Also, Ethan seems like he is unmedicated mania, but I'm no expert. Kind of reminds me of Elon Musk in some ways. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know if it's like bro's on Ozempic. It's messing with his head. I don't know if bro's doing something, like has drugs and it's messing with his head, or he's off of drugs and it's messing with his head. Creature, thank you so much for the 12 months. I appreciate it. I don't know. I do feel like there's something like either with or without
Behavior. That's not goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew has been put in the worst working environment that you possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad. To be around Ethan, period, would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that, okay? What she did was...
Bro, why does he look like Surge? I think it's his facial hair looks like Surge from System of the Down. Bro, my brain's not working today.
Abhorrent. And by the way...
Just don't. Listen, your critique...
Don't do Surge like that? I mean, bro, like... Bro, look, bro, he's got the facial hair. Where's like a younger picture of him? Yeah, I think it's just the beard. I think it's just like the little patch. It's the little patch. Yeah, and he's even got like that little fro up top. Yeah, like right here. He's going full Surge. Let's go back to where we see his face. I mean, yeah, he's doing the full Surge hairstyle. Like, legitimately.
By every fuck. I'm not assuming his pronouns. And fuck all these people. Okay. Go ahead.
No, and I'm not yelling at you. I'm just...
Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel is a...
Korean.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my God. Dude.
Dan, come on. You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I don't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POC.
Oh my God, dude.
God.
Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are POCs.
The one time the button didn't work and we listened to how he spoke to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it, it was rude, it was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of like, I'm not mad at you. It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
They get access to We covered most of
We're
it.
doing it.
What
You're
are
making
you
it so
doing?
awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just I'm about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday, maybe. Is it?
You guys, like.
All right, I'm taking my hand off the. What? Okay, well.
Heard all that.
Thanks, Button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
Here, 1 second. Luke, thank you so much for the $2. Looks like he's been doing the booger sugar to me. No, that's just his tics. Like him sniffing and stuff, that's just his Tourette's. It's Tourette's, right? So he's got.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you
done,
do,
and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button f***ed me, dude. Can you imagine that button f***ing me over like that?
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who
Oh,
fucked you?
boy.
You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not a tyrant of a boss.
We're doing it.
What
You're
are
making
you
it so
doing?
awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you
done,
do,
and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Ooh.
Dan, his
Oof.
producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that that was what you searched to
I did
pull
not
up that
type
photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
It's not that big of a deal, man.
just
Like,
your
how da-
inability to.
No. Hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well, tell
Well, you just asked how it changed
Surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay. All right.
You know, I understand that that's his
Jesus
role.
Christ, dude.
And he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it.
If someone
so
talked
hev-
to me like that, I'd cry. Yeah, that like passive aggressive, like, yeah, why don't you do that in your show? Like, oh, I hate that, dude. I hate that so much.
heavily. In the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his
Dude, I can imagine they're all walking on eggshells, just like trying not to piss off Ethan. I feel like that's what it is when they're doing it. It's just it's like parenting. Like they're trying to make sure their child's not going to throw a fit.
behavior and give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses to give it back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, two Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah in Syria alone killed double that much. All right, I'm going to move on. I just want to play Hassan talking about bad empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest. It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin Mode. Well, Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
And by the way, my ratio is pretty good. Like, I'm looking at like 20 Goblin modes to 1 too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
What makes demon mode different than goblin mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating.
So the button is like a timeout, basically.
Powerful force. If the goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh.
Ah, the good old days, bro. The good old days with the old classic H3 song.
Is because people saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing, and I cannot wait for you guys to read it. At the moment, we are writing.
Yeah, it's so ironic, man, that back then he was like the dude who helped out so many YouTubers. Dude, I even messaged him. I pretty sure I emailed like his like help thing back then because I was dealing with a copyright situation, and it helped me out too. Like the irony and hypocrisy of going from that all the way to suing someone because you don't like what they say about you is fucking bonkers, bro.
3 complaints for 3 people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal...
Honestly, that was a really good way to describe it. Is he's basically cut ties with every single one of his friends. So what does he have now? Money and power. And so what is he going to do? Instead of, you know, figuring out that he's potentially the problem and he needs to grow and change himself, he says, no, it's actually all of you that are the problem. I'm going to attack all of you, you know?
Threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless. No, you have...
Let's see, one thing is not liking what they say. Other is defamation and lying intentionally about him. Is he not allowed to defend himself? Bro, where are we, man? Like, what happened, bro? Are you crazy? Do you know how many fucking videos have misinformation and lies in them about other people? He is literally like one of the first people to sue someone over a YouTuber making a video about him. That's pathetic. It's genuinely pathetic. Like, I'm sorry. It is genuinely, yes, it is legal. It is in his legal right. If he is actually lying about him, it is in his legal right. Does it make him a bitch? Yes. Does it make him pathetic? Yes. The ordinary gamer is also suing? Yes. Pathetic. Like, it just is. It's so fucking pathetic. Just stand your ground and say your piece and prove your side. What do you need a fucking lawyer for? What do you need a defamation case for? Just prove them wrong. Am I crazy to say that? Like, this is YouTube we're talking about. Like, that just, like, we're not talking about like you're a fucking movie star celebrity and then some like big corporation is like saying that you're this or that, you know? And honestly, this makes you look like a bitch. It's just true. Like, we lost the plot a long time ago. He's suing people for posting his clips verbatim and he claims it's defamation. Yeah, I don't know the situation, but from past situations with Ethan, it probably is not worth suing. That's all I'm saying. You know how many lies? Dude, I literally had a fucking dude go to my stream, and what they did is he took all of his viewers and had them spam BLM in my chat. This is a YouTuber who is consistently attacking me a long time ago, who is consistently trying to ruin my career. And what did I do? We started banning those people who were spamming BLM. And what happened after that, chat? They went to Twitter. Multiple YouTubers went to Twitter and were trying to paint me out to be a racist because I was banning people for spamming BLM.
You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
True. Did I sue them for that? No. I did not. I didn't sue him for that. And guess what, chat? They had a bigger platform than me. They literally destroyed my Twitter. I had to delete Twitter and leave. I had no platform. The combined power of 3 to 4 YouTubers attacking me at once, destroying my Twitter account, I couldn't tweet without people spamming me, calling me a racist. I didn't have a platform, though. I didn't have a lot of views. I didn't have followers. I was a nobody. And Ethan is one of the biggest fucking like YouTubers right now. And Mudahar, he's a fucking big YouTuber as well. Like this is pussy shit. This is baby stuff. My livelihood was almost ruined. And I'm not over here, oh, I need to call a lawyer and have them sue. Like, it's just pathetic, dude. It's genuinely pathetic.
You have a ton of power, you have a ton of options, you have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
I'd never want to sue someone for defamation, but like at what point do you kind of fucking have to? I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy.
And that's happened plenty of times. Now, I feel like being called a pedophile is a little bit different. I'll be honest. Being called a pedophile is like life-ruining shit. But like that defamation case would make sense. But you wouldn't. But at the same time, there's been multiple YouTubers who've been called out for being a pedophile, and turns out they come with receipts, they come with evidence, they prove they're not a pedophile, and move on with their day. They don't get a lawyer. I mean, some do, but they just state their case, prove them wrong. You know what I mean?
Clancy or whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and being
Pedophile. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite. There are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above.
You are still a nobody? What does that have to do with anything? I agree with you wholeheartedly. I am a nobody, but what does that have to do with anything?
To make it like
You got me, I guess.
actionable, which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex
Who the fuck are you, random chatter?
criminal, a
Are
murderer,
you streaming? How many viewers you got, bitch?
or shit like that.
Dan Clancy now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
You have so much less to go off of saying that
Oh
than
no,
anybody
I was has
has
just saying
about
based
Dream.
on his looks. Just on his based on his.
Well, at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
One of the more notable legal threats that Ethan has sent out recently is against Noah Sampson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain, and potentially your money as well. Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll garnish your wages. You're going to be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. 26, you know what I mean? Try 46.
Noah made a video that was critical of Ethan and other content creators when they're talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking...
Dude, honestly, that's why I avoided talking about Ethan until like Content Cop, because I feel like after Content Cop, everybody's making a video about it, so I'm a little more safe. Because Ethan was going after like really like not big YouTubers or streamers. Like he was going after people who did not have that much of a following, which is terrifying. Like if Ethan went after me, I'd be fucked, you know?
about Noah on his podcast is so fucking creepy and weird.
Is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show. Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard. I don't know what he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say. But
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
you are not accusing him of committing any crimes or doing R-word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah
Yeah.
Sampson, as far as I know, is not a rapist.
Fuck you to Noah Sampson, who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Now let's talk about the left-leaning
Okay, that just seemed like weird to do. Like, you just brought on someone just be like, yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. Like, no evidence, nothing. It's like, yeah, he's a creep. Okay, why? What has he done? I don't know. He's just weird. Like, that's so weird to do.
Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to
dude, at this point, I don't even know, man. Like, the people who support you, like, I don't even know anymore. Like the people who support Ethan does not seem like you're even Democrat left. Like, and Democrat left isn't even left anymore. Democrat left is like, it's like hovering the middle, leaning slightly to the right. Like, you can't even call Democrats left anymore.
Question Ethan's intentions is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to.
He works with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
He kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. There are very thoughtful, very kind anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other Jewish people? You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews at large view it. I don't think.
What? Isn't that like Ethan's like prime thing is talking about how he's Jewish? What? That's like also that's like one of the like a very large portion of what's going on. That's a very large portion of what's going on.
I think that is the.
What in what position are you to even say that?
It's not motivated by myself. It's motivated by Jews against anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Well, he uses his Jewishness as a weapon. It seems. I don't know. Kind of weird.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology, is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
That's the reason why it'd be better served to have this conversation not with myself, but with an anti-Zionist Jewish person.
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
Because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation that, like, how can you tell me how to feel about the situation?
Yeah, but how is one person a representative of Jews at large?
Ethan, bro, I need you to say that back. He needs to like, bro, what, bro, how? How can you not see the irony in this? How?
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So yes, Ethan, on occasion you might be suggested to talk to someone who has some crossover with you.
I don't understand why people are so against that in general. Like, why? Why are you against talking to someone who has different beliefs than you? Why are you against... Like, is he afraid that he's going to learn something and it's going to change his mind? Or not even change his mind, but just, like, have more empathy for people? Like, I don't get it. Like, is he afraid that he'll be empathetic? Afraid to be wrong? It does seem like he avoids every situation that would make him seem wrong. Empathy's evil now? Duh, true. Very true. It does seem like he kind of hops around and dances around situations where he would be, like, deemed wrong. Like I feel like Asmongold's like that too, where he dodges people who know what they're talking about because he knows that he'll be wrong and he'll look stupid, you know?
It doesn't have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same gender. I think Ethan understands this concept very well. He listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch, though.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking. You're right. I call her a see you next Tuesday.
Listen, you have.
I'm curious, what do Lena and Sam think about it?
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that it's for the girlies, Ethan. But I
So
agree.
you guys all seem to be in consensus that it's in
are.
poor form. I think to respect the women here in the room, I'm gonna have to pass on.
I'm glad Ethan got his mostly male chat to vote on whether or not he could call a woman a bitch and not the women directly in front of him. Wow. Yeah, oh, what? 3 women tell me that it's not good to call women a bitch? Hey, fellas! Is it okay to call women a bitch? Hey, incels! Is it okay? What do you... Obviously, they're going to say yes. That's so weird. Ethan's audience is mostly women? Okay, I highly, highly doubt that. Highly doubt that.
Saying that.
The infantilization of Ethan Klein is fucking nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into Hassan, learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. This comment from Hassan really started to sound some alarms in my head. I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
You made...
What? Hassan's insanely open about his very progressive ideology. When would he ever get the idea of Hassan being a Democrat? What? What are you talking about? He is the most leftist person like that you would talk to. He's Bernie levels of left. Like, and you're surprised? Okay.
How many episodes with Hassan? Like, this guy made a fucking program with the biggest mega leftist on the platform. Now he's acting like he was tricked and he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made fucking, what, 60 some odd episodes of this shit for hours talking to this guy? You
He's
didn't
further
have a
left than
problem with
Bernie.
any of
Okay,
it.
we're not gonna split hairs here. I don't know all the specifics, chat.
Until, Ethan talks about being aware of Hassan's 9/11 comments and then sort of leaves it at that. Like it was just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as...
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial...
Damn, his voice changed.
...jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated.
iDubbbz used to too? Bro, Ian has said the most controversial shit. Like, he was the dude who made the N-word video. Where he basically said the N-word isn't that big of a deal. Like, yeah, he was very edgy back then.
And passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked into that. You could have talked to Hassan a little bit more and found out what his international politics opinions are.
And let's also not forget that Ethan, after the N-word video of Ian went on Ethan's podcast, and Ethan proceeded to say the N-word, F-word combo consistently and multiple times on his podcast. So.
But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes. If you didn't want to go down this route, you shouldn't have done it. But that was your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult. When Ethan and Hila are watching Matt Lieb saying that one state doesn't represent all Jews, they cannot wrap their heads around the idea.
No single person represents all Jews.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews.
This is another weird thing.
Oh my God.
Israel... This is a lie that I see Hassan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never, I don't believe that that's ever been stated. And I don't think Israel ever explains that it's like, I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace.
I mean, I'm not even gonna say anything to that. I mean,
you know, if that's all you're defining Israel as,
I wouldn't even have
is
to
a
say
place
anything.
Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like, he's making a semantic argument. Like, I don't think Israel has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that. They're not going to say that their most genocidal behavior represents anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together, so when they're being criticized, all of a sudden, they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented...
This is the thing that Frogan did, right? That pissed Ethan off.
At TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan Klein saw that and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Tier list them, and we're going to need your help to discuss and figure out who can say Habibi and who can't.
And also, we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you got like a white guy's like, can I say it? Is it a slur? And then Love Sabra, which is they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't tier list. Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word, but it is a cultural word amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim people. Like that is a word that's used. Habibi, it means my love. Oh no, don't do that, Habibi. Oh yes, Habibi. You're my Habibi, I'm your Habibi. So yes, it's meant to be a fun way that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it. Because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform.
Making a tier list based on race. And nobody has a fucking problem with that. Okay, you have a tier list based on race. Where's the Jewish panel? Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier list based on Arab to Jew. He's Arab, which is good. That's the best thing you can be on this. That's the best. This is racist.
I will say that conveying information through a tier list is not the most effective thing.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this is a poor attempt at making, like, people of this race like more seen. I don't think it's a great attempt at doing it, but like Ethan might be crashing out a little bit too much. Just a little bit.
Ethan should understand this principle. He did a white slurs tier list with Hassan.
Cracker.
I mean, you know what my take.
I mean, you could bring up Ethan saying the N-word. I mean, you could say that's in bad faith because he also did, but like
we can't put this as an F. Cracker. I mean, that's got to be at least a D, right?
Pale face motherfucker.
Pale face. I mean, again, I think that's an F. Hog.
So hog is my favorite. I use it all the time.
Him and Hassan feel as though they are white guys, so they felt very comfortable talking about white slurs on their tier list.
I think I'm more white than you. What do you
like? I'm pretty sure, like, if a black person did this, like if this is like a black group of people and they did that with the N-word, they would be completely validated with that.
I think I'm white. Like, I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy. You think you're more white than Hassan.
I think I'm more white than you.
So, yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker, but the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would put him also in Arab. I know Turkish people are different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi. And then it's like, Hassan, okay, actually, he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel. God. Again, people underestimate just how like mixed Israeli culture is. Like,
we say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan. Another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at
God.
all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just gonna eat it up. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the times it's all that's in the store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it.
Ethan literally mistook Hassan's mom as the help because she cooked him meals. Yeah, I remember that. I remember him talking about how he thought that Hassan had like a worker that made him food all the time, but it was just his mom.
Eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have.
Yeah, he called her a undocumented maid.
Is fucking Sabra, and that sucks that's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the US, so what are they left with? They're left with a common, relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get these Arab creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days, he goes on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody prefers Sabra over homemade like restaurant quality hummus. You know, it's what's there.
Like weirdly fluffy.
It is fluffy.
Sabra. Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes and eat it. It's not the best.
The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for the first 2 days.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra shit, it just feels so much.
That's actually true. That's actually pretty true. It doesn't last long.
Heavier. Imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
Yeah. I've never liked hummus.
Oh, okay.
Well, you hate Jews then.
I don't.
And Arabs.
Yeah.
This is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast
it's just
because
fucking hummus,
we
dude.
all know his intentions aren't anti-Semitic.
Dude, hummus is good though. Like, let's just talk about that. Hummus is fucking good.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to display it, chat. He didn't have to do it.
The Zionism is leading to not accepting other cultures, embracing their own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attack on you. There's this incident on the podcast where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle. And Ethan got an A+ rating.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know he rated.
Oh no. That probably made his head enormous. That probably inflated his head like crazy. You guys hear about my A+ on my apology video? Yeah. I'm a great person. I'm a great fucking person, dude. I'm such a good person.
Rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score, a perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10?
Literally 10 out of 10. Go back. I can teach you how to make a good apology. I'm the best at
10
it.
out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint? Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10. This one is
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. We get
best
it.
apology, so. Ethan Klein, you guys, oh my God.
Dude, it's so like, it's also like really fucked up because like, you're like still, you're mocking your own apology to Cutie Cinderella, basically. Like, it just shows that you're not even necessarily that upset about it or you even care about what you did to Cutie Cinderella. You're just like more focused on, damn, I made a good apology video, not about the fact that you did apologize and how you want to move on and grow as a person. No, you're just like, I did an amazing apology. The best apology ever. I did the best apology ever. No one's done better than me.
I was trying really hard to think about an impactful moment during this video? Like, could I do something that would really wake Ethan up? And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's...
He means them as jokes, but it's so insensitive. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you shouldn't even, like, maybe, yeah, at first, like, whenever, Kitsune, thank you so much for the tier 1. Like, at first, like, whenever it happens and you see the video, yeah, like, go ahead. Like, do your bragging, have fun about it. For a couple days, you're good to go. But, like, consistently going and like using it to hold over people's heads and stuff like that, it's just insensitive to the actual situation that you're apologizing about.
Grade changed from an A to a B at least. So I went to visit psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that Kirk will change his grade, but it's worth trying, and you know, we might learn a thing or two.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Here, let me move my head so you can see the guy.
Now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation.
If I had money, I'd get more help. Yeah, same. I'd get more help from for you and me.
Okay, iDubbbz, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person, and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize, and I will be there to evaluate that apology when it...
God, I hope so, dude. I'm not expecting it. I'm definitely not expecting it, but God, I hope so. I miss Ethan. I miss, like, the fun guy. You know, I think honestly, I think everyone does. At the end of the day, everyone just misses the old Ethan that just, like, has fun and makes goofy videos, or even the podcast, like, just talks about fun things on the podcast. Like, I never really watched much of the podcast, but, like, his ego won't let him apologize. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. I mean, it just goes to show he watched, what, 15 minutes? So chat said 15 minutes of Ian's video and didn't actually watch all of it. I mean,
when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay. Because this is the internet, anyone can have their own official apology ratings.
Yeah, to be honest, I just don't think he wanted to be a part of anything. I just don't think he wanted to be a part of it.
So I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric. When Psychology in Seattle was watching these videos...
Oh, he said he was saving it to watch with Hila? Oh, okay. Okay.
Video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, there's something there's something going on. I think it's like he's losing all of his friends and he thinks it's their fault. And he thinks like he's alone against the world. You know what I mean? Pig, please do more research. You're missing out a lot of facts here. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I will not do more research. I'm watching this video and commenting on it. Shut up. I don't care. But Ethan looks like he's sad and he's angry at the world. And he feels like everyone's out to get him. I don't know if it's like his ego doesn't realize that he's the one pushing everyone away. Or maybe it's like some self-sabotage where he's like self-sabotaging because he thinks that he's a bad person deep down and he's pushing everyone away. You know what I mean? Like, it could be any of that. It could be something else too, but he definitely, like, there's something going on that he needs help with.
Hear that shit because I'm like, What are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs. I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think that was something that was not illustrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very...
I highly agree with that. It's not what he says. It's like, okay, like, because a lot of people are saying like, oh, well, yeah, he's dealing with a lot of hate. Yeah, there are ways to deal with hate, and the way he's dealing with it is not right. Also, iDubbbz was crying online about the same thing, that apology raider, his wife receiving online hate, and what is he doing? The same thing? Bro, just shut the fuck up. Oh my God, I'm so tired of hearing, I'm just gonna stop reading you. You're fucking annoying. This has nothing to do with the fucking video. God, what was I talking about? God damn it, I lost my train of thought. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about, chat? Help me. Help me. God damn it. For anyone saying pig do your research before watching these videos, shut up. It's one of the best parts is sitting here learning and what. That's my point. I don't want to go search up. I don't fucking care. I don't. I'm not gonna, I have a fucking life. I'm not gonna go spend time looking up drama. All right? But I forgot what I was saying. Going about it the wrong. Oh yeah. So yeah, Ethan initially was getting a lot of hate, but the thing is, you can handle hate in a mature, solid way, and he's not. The reason everyone doesn't like him is not because everyone hates him. It's because of his responses to everything, his reactions to everything. His reactions are so visceral and aggressive, and their attacks. Like, people respect people who can take hate and just either deal with it or respond to it accordingly. He did neither. He can't deal with hate so much that he just throws it back into their face, uses his audience as a weapon, and attacks people that he disagrees with. And he always wins because he only attacks people who are smaller than him. So then his wide audience, his large audience, like, and, you know, 60% of them don't have a brain, and they just listen to what Ethan says and agrees. Like, that's just kind of how it is with a lot of parasocial people. They'll just do. They won't think. They're just brain dead, you know, monkeys that'll just go after someone if you tell them to. That's how YouTube viewers are, or just viewers in general. A lot of you are like that. If I tell you to go fetch, you go fetch. Okay, I'm just cut it. Where's my button? Where's my button when I need it, chat? Where's my 30-second button? Fuck. But you get my point. Whenever there's a very large YouTuber or content creator, there's a very large audience that don't necessarily have a brain and will just do whatever that person tells them to, or will agree whatever that person says because that's just, you know, how they are.
Valid. But I also think at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid.
He doesn't tell people to brigade. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. I hate that argument. Yes, he's not pointing and saying go. He is watching a video and saying, this dude is a fucking piece of shit. He is a horrible person, and I hope he dies in game. If you support someone with all of your heart, if you're a parasocial psycho who just loves your content creator, if you see someone attacking your content creator and making them this angry, you're gonna go without question. You're responding to someone else, I don't care. I'm using your comment as an example.
Paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him, because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason.
Wait, who said this was disingenuous? Where's that person at? Bring him back. Bring back the person who said this was disingenuous. Where are they at?
Why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just having fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best. So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports for good that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
I think Ethan Klein rocks a buzz cut pretty good, and I think he's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous lawsuit. That was pretty fucked up, and fighting it, he changed YouTube for the better. And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he was fighting for free speech.
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
Dude, I agree with that. Like, I get the sentiment a lot of people have when, people are attacking Elam, Ethan gets extra aggressive. Like, I get that. 1,000%. Like, hell, if anyone says anything mean about Amy or even slightly off about Amy, like, I see red. That's just how it is. I agree with that. But, like, I feel like when it comes to when you're putting your life on the internet, when you're putting your life on a platform like this, like, you can't just, go full rabid, because no matter what, like, people are going to be saying horrible shit about your significant, like Hila's on your podcast. Hila's like there all the time, and like, that's just gonna come with the job, which is why Amy prefers to stay offline. She prefers to, mind her own business. She doesn't like showing her face online because she knows that comes with the job, and she doesn't want to deal with that. Now, like that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, it's understandable to crash out about that to an extent. Especially when you both are, your faces are both on the platform and you're both putting your lives out there. Like, it genuinely just comes with the job. All right. Someone, Miss Bloop Tart, thank you so much for $20. You don't even have to be parasocial. How can someone coming from the anti-SJW era 2016 YouTube not see the issue in placing another? Okay, I'm going to have to, sorry, 1 second. It always cuts off the donation. I'm going to have to go to YouTube to see this real quick. How could someone coming from the anti-SJW area of 2016 not see the issue in placing another's platform in front of their audience, call them inflammatory things, and expect nothing? Dude, exactly. Like, and that happened years ago with Leafy. That, like, remember the Leafy shit and other YouTuber shit where people were super against people going after each other, or even making videos about, or they even put disclaimers in videos, like at the beginning saying, hey, please don't go after this person. Please don't go, like, spam their channel. Like, people started doing that because, like, viewers will blindly just go no matter what.
I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more hold up, a feeling of almost infallibility, that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty and not really processing them in a healthy way.
Damn. Okay, Ethan literally just explained everything that's wrong with him. He needs to go offline, take a break from all things on the internet, and go to therapy. Genuinely. Dude, taking a break from the internet is one of the greatest things you can do when you are, you know, online 24/7. Like, it is genuinely such a great thing. Walking away from a screen does one... Dude, leaving social media, for example, leaving Twitter, fucking incredible. I don't like what Ethan has been doing and saying. That goes for a lot of people, though. I think having some charity towards someone goes a long way. There are people who were Ben Shapiro fans, but then met with charitable people and learned more. Yeah. And now they're not fans of him. Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of times it just takes understanding and listening, you know? It's a lot easier to just point fingers at someone or yell at someone or get angry and be defensive. It takes a lot to learn about yourself and grow and realize that, you know, maybe you don't have everything figured out. Maybe you aren't right. Maybe you are in the wrong, you know? I feel like it takes way more to do that than it does to, you know, just snip back with no, like, genuine conversation. And I feel like a lot of people who aren't online all the time don't understand how mentally draining and painful it can be. You know, like, you see Ethan from the outside in, you're like, oh my God, this guy's a fucking psycho. Like, this guy's crazy. But, like, coming from someone like me who dealt with, like, you know, a huge hate tirade against me, almost ruined my entire career, made me, I had to delete my Twitter. I had to lose every connection to every YouTuber I've ever had a connection with. I've had, like, huge YouTubers, like, you know, yell at me and say that I'm nothing and I'll never be anything. And they told me that they're going to tell all their big YouTuber friends to never talk to me ever again, and you'll never have contacts with big YouTubers ever again. You know, the whole thing with, like, Gus Johnson. And then, you know, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of stuff, and people don't realize how mentally straining it can be. You know what I mean? There was a while there, I was genuinely thinking about quitting. Like, whenever you hear someone who you used to look up to tell you that you're trash, fucking sucks, dude. Fucking sucks. And, like, also, whenever, like, you're on the internet, like, say I'm on Twitter, right? And you can't even say anything. Like, you can't tweet. You can't, like, at anyone because no one wants to contact you because every one of your tweets are filled with people replying to me about how I'm a racist piece of shit, about how I'm a horrible human, about how I need to leave the internet and how I should die. Like, no YouTuber wants to talk to me. No streamer wanted to talk to me. I literally lost every connection I ever had. And people today might still hate me, you know, because people see that. Like, for example, if you used to talk to someone or used to watch someone, and then you see a tweet they make, and you go to the replies, and everyone's calling him a racist, bigoted piece of shit, horrible person, you're just going to assume, you know, you're just going to assume, oh, that guy is that. Oh, he is. Oh, I don't want to really talk to that guy anymore. Which is why I'm so glad that there are, you know, the handful of people who, you know, looked past that and realized what kind of person I actually am, and didn't let that affect their judgment of me. But yeah, my life's been way better lately, that's for sure. After moving past all that and stuff. But yeah, my point is, internet sucks, and it can destroy your mental. And I think that's what's going on with Ethan. And I don't think he knows how to get out of it. And I feel like he's getting fueled by a lot of people. Like, you know, like he literally has an echo chamber, which is a huge problem. Having an echo chamber of people who are just yes men, who just say yes, yeah, you're right, you're right in doing this constantly, and then the people who actually are trying to help you, all the echo chamber is telling you that those people are wrong. Like, you know, it's so hard to get out of that. Thank you so much, Daniel, for the $10. I appreciate it. He has employees. It's harder to stop. He has a responsibility to them. No. He can stop. Became a fan of Pig last year, and I find out he has all this lore. Oh, I have a lot of lore. Chat. Those who know, know. Sorry about the Red Pig. I found you recently in 2024 when I was going through my own time, and I immediately loved your channel from the first video I found. Thank you. Dude, it also is nice because Ethan gonna react tomorrow. I probably won't watch Ethan's reaction on stream, but I'm gonna probably check it out off stream. I'm kind of curious. My girl loves to watch you. Now we both watch you instead of porn. You rocked. Yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. What? But yeah, it is nice to have new viewers as well, because a lot of, dude, I guarantee I can make a tweet today. I can make a tweet on my second Twitter day, and I would probably still get someone comment that I'm a racist. That's how deep it goes, chat. I'll tell you what he'll do. He'll say Ian is a fake friend, a liar, and look up a Hassan post. True, actually. Actually, wait, I wonder. Oh, yeah, chat, this is what happened. Oh, they changed it. They changed it. So this is what happened. I deleted my Twitter, and someone stole my Twitter tag, and it said some heinous shit right here, but they changed it. It was a long time ago, though. Racism is bad, but not the worst. I'm not racist. Huh? Can I get the Gamer Subs link, please? And thank you! Exclamation point Gamer Subs. Here, I'll type it. Oh, there we go. It's right there. I wouldn't watch Ethan stuff because I feel like you get a negative. If you have a negative opinion, he'll copyright strike. Yeah, that's another thing I'm kind of worried about. It's popularly known that Idubbbz is a racist. He's not a racist. I don't think he ever has been. He's just he was misinformed, ignorant back then, but he's never been racist. Don't upload this? All right. How far along is the Gamer Subs referral? Let me see. I need to bookmark this shit. So I don't have to keep searching for it. 112. Got 112 orders. Chat, make sure to use code BionicPig to get your free samples. Edgy, not misinformed? No, misinformed. He literally made an entire video about how he thinks the N-word's not that big of a deal because he's not using it in a racist connotation, so why is it bad? That's called misinformed and ignorant. That's not called edgy. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, bro. 2016 was a crazy year. Yeah, the Guacamole Gamer Fart 5000 is really good. By the way, chat. So is Red 40, but I think it's out of stock. Also, the ramen's good. I tried the ramen. It's actually pretty good. Brand Risk is good. I haven't tried that yet. Yeah, I heard Titty Milk was good. Gonna try it tomorrow when I go to the gym. It's actually a really good pre-workout. It's not a pre-workout, but it's good to do before working out or during. Gives you a little boost. How good is the good flavor? Way better than any other like, what do you even call those types of drinks? Energy? They're not really energy drinks because I have the caffeine-free version. Their vitamin drink? I don't know. It's better than G Fuel. Because there's no powdery lingering effect. And the flavor is really good. Finally tried the Gamer Subs. Honestly, it's amazing. Yummy. Doesn't clump like G Fuel does. So good. Less than 1 cal per serving. I didn't get any jitters. It's great. Yeah, that is true. I didn't get any jitters either. It has like nootropic stuff in there too. Which, if you guys know anything about nootropics, there's like studies. I remember I tried nootropic stuff when I was trying to figure out my ADHD situation. And it really kind of helps you lock in, if you will. I don't really know all the science behind it, or even if there is much, but yeah, that stuff really helps with like locking in your focus when you're trying to focus on something. It really does help. So like using like a non-caffeinated version or something like that, whenever you're like you don't want to over caffeinate yourself, it helps. All right. Well, I know that was just one video today, chat, but it was a long video and it was a lot to talk about. But I feel like we had some good talks. I feel like we had some good conversations, you know? What do you think? What do you think? Some good talks about the internets and stuff. I'm probably going to call it a little bit early. I have a few things I need to set up because I'm going to start recording for the video tomorrow, and potentially other things, other projects that I'm going to be working on, which might be here or there. I'm not sure if it's going to go through or not, but it's hopefully it's a good idea. Hopefully it'll work out. We'll see. But yeah, Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I will see you guys tomorrow around the same time, and we'll